Letter to Haiti. Dear Haiti, first and foremost, we are grateful for your sacrificial love. Being liberated for more than 200 years requires divine intervention from above. There is more to you than the displayed poverty. You deserve more rule than any other sovereignty. With liberty, equality, and fraternity, you portray unbelievable diversity. The way your rivers flow is like the blood in my veins. It defines the chromosome in our genes. You are the pinnacle of freedom to our dreams. Your history runs deeper beyond many moonlit streams. And I absolutely love every bit of your cuisines. Thank you, Wilfred.
Today, I'm at Grill Shack Tiki Bar, a Haitian restaurant based in Acton.
Quite a lot of people have been coming here, not just meeting a Haitian for the first time in their life.
I ain't gonna lie
just
to
like
you,
yourself.
Man. You're probably the only Haitian I know in London.
Here you go. That's
Meet Will. He is the owner and founder of Grill Shack Tiki Bar.
All right, tell the viewers one thing about Haiti that they don't know.
well,
That
Haiti.
they don't usually see.
Haiti. As
Sell
I
it
said
to us.
earlier,
Come on, Wilfred. Get me on that plane.
Haiti is the history of Haiti is unique. It's the first black republic in the world. Back we gained our independence in 1804. It was proclaimed in 1804, but we gained our independence much earlier. So that's something unique about Haiti. And also we have some of the wonder in the world because that's where the revolution they first started. You cannot talk about revolution anywhere in the world without thinking about Haiti or making reference to Haiti.
Haitian Revolution was a successful insurrection by self-liberated slaves against the French colonial rule in Haiti. It was led by this man.
The foundation of, probably the founding father of Haiti. His name is the General Toussaint Louverture. He's the one who started the revolution. He was the mastermind, the strategist, if you want, behind the Haitian revolution.
He was a self-educated domestic slave. Under his leadership, the forces were made up of former slaves. He was intelligent, organized, and incredibly articulate.
Before he was captured by the French, and he died in a jail in France.
Oh wow.
Yeah, this is very well known in black history.
This restaurant takes great pride in their history and in their cuisine. And as always, I've somehow ended up in the kitchen.
We're here at Tiki Bar, Grill Shack. I'm here with the lovely Ghislaine.
Hello, yes.
Yes, got it right. So she's gonna just take us through how we cook griot, which is it's a national dish
Yes.
of Haiti. So I'm looking forward to it. The ingredients are there. It looks colorful. It looks spicy. And I'm already sweating just from looking at those two Scotch bonnets. I'm scared. Ghislaine, please take us through what's going on here.
Like you said, griot is a national dish of Haiti.
Yeah.
Griot is fried pork. To get the pork to this point, what we do is I usually make my own seasoning.
Right.
Some people use powdered seasoning, but I like to blend my own. So it's a blend of oil, green onions.
Right.
I put cilantro
Nice.
in mine for a little flavor, and I have thyme. I have Scotch bonnet, cloves, garlics, echalot, yeah, and salt and pepper.
Lovely.
And when I'm marinating the pork with all this blended seasoning, I sometimes add in a little pickled pepper that I've made myself.
Lovely.
So let it marinate for about 24 hours. And then that way the seasoning and everything goes through the pork, because pork is so difficult to get stuff seasoning into it. 24 hours, and then we boil it until it's cooked. And when it's cooked, we chop it up into these little squares. This is what
That's what it looks like.
this is what it looks like.
And pork is it eaten quite a lot of the time in Haiti? Is pork there?
It's eaten a lot, but mainly when you go out to restaurants, when you have festivities, that's when it's eaten because
Bonon pesé.
Bonon pesé.
Is that French or is this just
Creole.
Creole? Bonon pesé.
Yeah, it's literally in translation crushed plantain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's green plantain that we cut up and we pre-fry, and we crush it in this little thing. We just crush it so that it's flat like a little tortilla, a little chip.
Yeah.
And we dip it in salted water for flavor.
Right.
And we fry it again. Put it in the fry.
You know, I'm not used to having green plantain.
Yeah.
What about yellow?
Yeah,
You know,
I know. A lot of people.
I've never.
We add the pickles.
Pickles, right?
Yeah. So the pickled slaw.
I see.
As on the side of it. There's no specific way, but some people like to put the little spice over the plantain.
Right, okay. I'm just copying you. I'm plagiarizing you. Hope you don't mind.
And you take a little piece of the pork.
Okay, you take a little piece of the pork.
Yeah, if you open it up, you see.
Ooh, this looks good.
Yeah.
Very tender, fried.
Yeah.
Looks lovely.
So you put it on top of this.
Put it on top.
There you go.
Okay. Right.
And then you just bite into it.
And you just bite into it. You don't have to tell me twice. Wow. When I came here last time, I ate it all wrong. It's so much better like this.
Because
so
you have
much better.
3 different flavors at once. You have the meat.
Yeah.
You have the pickles.
Right.
And if you even put some of the little sauce over it, you know?
Oh, yeah, that's it.
The spicy sauce over it.
Let's get it all in there. Let's get it all in there.
Yeah.
Lots of different textures going
Yeah,
on, which
yeah,
I
yeah.
really like. You got the crunch of the plantain, you know, the meatiness of the pork. You can easily get this wrong, by the way, because you know it can be very dry, but still succulent, juicy, and then bursting with flavors.
Yeah.
With the pickles. Oh my gosh, this is absolutely incredible. What does Haitian food consist of? I mean, I've never tried Haitian food. It never comes to mind. So what does it consist of?
When it comes to seasoning that is consistent, is garlic, clove, thyme, shallots, and green onions.
Lovely.
Consistent throughout the board. When we make our seasoning, we like to make our seasoning fresh. So we blend our seasoning with a little bit of oil, salt and pepper, and all of these ingredients you see on the board here.
Lovely.
But our foods we have a variety of food within the Haitian culture, and it's inclusive of all the cultures that have lived on the island.
Right.
So it includes our heritage as Africans.
Right.
It includes the Arawak and the Amerindian Indians, Tiano Indians that lived on the island prior to the slave trade, prior to blacks coming there.
Right.
It includes Spanish culture, a little bit of French. All of that is included in the way we eat and how we prepare our food.
Right.
So it's a combination of our journey as a people.
Right. Because I often hear the word Creole being associated with, Creole cuisine being associated with Haitian cuisine. And I could never understand how, and you know, why is it always associated with Haitian food? What is Creole?
I think
we hear it a lot.
I think Creole is associated with Haitian mainly because we have a language that is called Creole,
Right.
and our language is written. So I think it's the first and only. I think there are written Creoles now, but it was the first and only written Creole language.
Right.
So when you hear Creole, we always associate it with Haiti. But Creole means a mixture.
Right.
So you have the Louisiana Creoles.
Right.
You know, it's a mixture of people.
I see.
Yeah, it's a mixture of people. So usually the white and the slave come together. They have a child, and that child is a Creole child.
Right. I see.
So first generation, but it's become connected to Haiti because of our language. But it's not uniquely Haitian.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, this is amazing. Honestly, it tastes amazing. You know, like I said, I've never had fried plantain, which is like, you know, green plantain.
When it's hot off the oil, it's really nice.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. And then now I'm starting to feel the heat, the sharpness of the pickles. It's starting to come through. I'm loving this. I really, really love this.
The food here is amazing. You get a taste of history, heritage, and culture. But my only question is,
why doesn't Haitian cuisine come to mind when you think about Caribbean food?
Okay. Being in the UK, I guess you got a number of reasons. Well, the first one is it's not the British colony. That's one. Because Haiti it's a French-speaking, Creole-speaking Caribbean.
Right.
The Creole we speak also is a broken French as well. So I guess you consider a link here between France and Haiti. So you have more Haitian in France, so you'll hear more about Haitian food in France rather than the UK.
Right.
But at the same time, we cannot hide from the exposure of Haiti. Haiti is well known when people, especially here, people talk about Haiti when there is a natural disaster or when there is a coup d'etat like they used to have or some political crisis or whatever. But not for our food, unfortunately. And also the crisis in Haiti has stopped maybe, it's not a good publicity if you want for the country, for foreigners to come to visit Haiti.
Yeah.
People have visited the Dominican Republic. It's next door to Haiti.
I have.
Oh, here we go.
yeah, and I didn't even think about Haiti. Not once was Haiti in the back of my mind.
I quickly make a dash home and get changed. I have been invited to Haiti's National Flag Day.
This is the show. Is this a Haitian rum? This is the Haitian rum. Benevolence, the Haitian rum.
He is going to be my best friend by the end of the night.
Haitian National Flag Day is a celebration of the way the flag was made. So apart from, some countries have independence and that's it, but we have a celebration of our flag because it was a liberation from the French flag.
Right.
So what Dessalines did was he tore off the white part of the French flag and he sewed together the red and the blue, you know, to signify the people in the country. So that is why we celebrate Flag Day, because it's separate from our independence. It's about a total liberation. Apart from winning a country, we also liberated ourselves from the colors that identify us with the colonial power.
Yes.
So that's what Flag Day is about. So it's just a meet and greet parties. People in the Caribbean, people have their flags in their cars, they're honking their horns, beach parties, and food and music and rum.
Wow.
Before the celebration commenced, there was a prayer. Haiti has endured some tough times since their independence. And at this present moment in time, you can feel that in this room. There was not a dry eye in sight.
I think it's the frustration. The frustration of a people, 200 years that are tired of a government, tired of leaders who don't see the value in the country and the thing that they've created, the liberation. We ended slavery. We showed the rest of the world that we are human and we don't want to live in bondage. And I think what Maxo is trying to ask the ancestors or God is to somehow lay a hand on these leaders, these people in positions who refuse to allow a population who've given everything, given their life for liberation, to live. Haiti has been in a crossroad between death and surviving for 200 years, yet people who are in power refuse to use that position to enable, to grow, to develop. They see the rest of the population as not human. As once they've gotten into a position, they forget where they came from, and they don't see the value in developing the nation. I remember someone told me that Kimi Seba from Africa. He's a Pan-Africanist. He said that, Kimi Seba said that if Haitians or if black people on this planet respected Haiti, they would flock to it like the Muslim flock to Mecca.
Yep.
Because that's what Haiti means to freedom and liberation. And I think that's what we're just frustrated. We're frustrated of living, of being on the edge of existence, of being, a handout away from surviving. We have wealth, we have riches, we have culture, we have art. We're creators. Yet we don't have the opportunity. Those who have the power to give us the opportunity to live refuse to. And I think that's, for those who don't understand Creole, that's what Maxo was praying for.
One word to just to summarize Haitian Flag Day.
Beautiful.
One word that comes to mind.
Independence.
Independence.
Yeah. Even though we have to live up to it because we got it, we took it, and now we're almost letting it be taken away from us. And that's ridiculous. That's unacceptable.
When you think about Haiti, what comes to mind? When we say Haiti.
My life, man.
This is Jomu soup. It is a rich pumpkin soup. The soup that symbolizes Haitian freedom.
Basically, this soup, our slave master used to drink it and the slaves were not allowed to. So when they gained the first day of independence, the first thing the slaves did was gather the crops, the meat, and make a big pot in celebration.
That's amazing. So they felt liberated.
Yeah,
like,
it's a breakthrough basically.
Wow, it's a sign of freedom.
Yeah.
Wow, so this is, I got to eat this with respect.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? I got to pay homage.
That's why every Flag Day, this is symbolic as well.
Wow.
This helps us remember,
Yeah.
what we went through, what our forefathers went through,
Yeah.
bring us this far.
Yeah.
And especially as a black nation, one of the first,
Yeah.
the milestone.
Wow.
This is the Kalfa. I love that. Got that jelly sort of shaky jelly.
Tender.
Oh, tender. I love Kalfa. Oh my god. This is incredible.
Amazing,
Start again.
Best food ever. Look at this, guys. Look at this.
Alright, what are we looking at here? Talk us through what we're having and why do you love it so much? Why the fish?
Tonight, we get TV Jonjon at Poisson.
Yeah.
Bon bagay for my team.
For those that don't understand French.
Oh, for those that don't understand French.
Yeah.
Do you mean to speak French?
No, I'm just saying for those that don't understand what's going on in the plate.
This is Thierry Donjon. It's typical of Haiti.
Yeah.
It's amazing. The flavor is there. The
Right.
poisson is a fresh fish.
Fresh fish, yeah?
It's a traditional food from Haiti.
Right.
You have to come, guys, and try it. Literally, you
Really?
have to come. Yes.
And this is fried fish, yeah?
Fried fish. Look at this. Woo! Can you smell the spices?
I can smell it.
Woo!
I can smell it.
Amazing.
Why is Flag Day so important to the Haitian community?
Because he's representing us, our identity, We got independence, and Flag Day represents the independence of Haiti, And we're so proud to be who we are as Haitian, And that's how we want to celebrate it with everybody. It doesn't matter where you come from, to be honest.
Right.
Haiti is like embrace everybody, If you love Haiti, you're Haitian first.
In London, how important is this restaurant to the community?
So important, especially to me.
Yeah.
As a Haitian, it makes me feel at home.
It makes you feel at home?
Yeah.
Really?
Immediately transports me back to Haiti.
Wow.
Immediately.
Wow.
That's what I need. It's like when you're away from home for so long, you have homesickness.
Yeah.
You feel it. And I never felt that before because I would go to Miami or to New York or to Boston or to Washington. You have the Asian community. And to feel that here in Europe is so important.
I've had an amazing time at Tiki Bar. The culture, the history, and the reception I got from the people is unrivaled. I can't explain or put into words. Maybe it's because I'm stuffing my face with rice and chicken before I hit the road. But I know someone who is articulate and is good with words. Someone that can sum up my whole evening. No poet.
You have displayed such courage throughout the years. You are the trailblazing medication. Without your strength, the world would not have shifted gears. Like our forefathers, we must carry on such dedication so our future generations may continue to be freed from the snares. We are blessed by your loving traditions. We shall build a sea of love from our ancestors' ever-flowing tears. Today, we set aside our fears and wave your flag with no remorse. My wish is that our nation remains on course. We must remember l'union fait la force. Without unity, this world will be at a loss. Merci.